Gabriel, thank you for your time. What is the latest? Did you recently meet with United States Ambassador Caroline Kennedy, or was that a parliamentary delegation?
That was a parliamentary delegation, Alan. That was the Friends of Julian Assange parliamentary group from every party, from the Liberal Party, two from the Labor Party, the Greens, and Andrew Wilkie representing the Independents. And I think that's a very big step. It's a recognition of the support that Julian has in Australia by the State Department in America. They were able to see these politicians. That group, I think, is now over a quarter of the parliament. So it's millions and millions of Australians. Their representatives are part of this Friends of Julian Assange group.
And they all agreed. And this parliamentary delegation, from, as you say, from all political parties, just for the benefit of our viewers, they all agreed that the case against Julian had dragged on for too long and he should be allowed to return to Australia. Now, of course, Biden was to visit, and I know that's why Jennifer Robinson was here and Stella was here. Has that thrown a bit of a spanner in the works, that the hope that Biden could have been personally briefed on all of this? Not that he'd even understand anything that was said to him, I got it. But anyway, the fact that he hasn't come, has that been a bit of an impediment?
Yeah, well, look, it was a chance for the Assange supporters and Assange, activists here in Australia, a time when all the eyes of the US media would have been here in Australia, the domestic US media, to see how this unprecedented, as you said, unprecedented case against a publisher is affecting US relationships with their closest allies, like Australia. Australia is extremely strategically important. We're a resource-rich country, and just getting that feedback into local politics in the United States, that this is an unwanted prosecution, I think would have been very, very important.
But see, Gabriel, it's ironic almost in a way that I'm talking to you tonight, because in the last, 2-3 weeks, there has been endless media publicity about the relationship between Australia and America, the AUKUS agreement, the Quad, the G7, Albo's out there shaking hands with Sleepy Joe, and so on. So, in other words, hey, we've got this really important, close relationship with America. Isn't the simple question to ask, isn't it time to demonstrate that?
I think that's exactly right, and people are scratching their heads. This close relationship, this AUKUS agreement, the two countries that are responsible for locking up this Australian, for imprisoning this Australian for over, as you say, 14 years, are our closest allies, the United Kingdom and the US. And I think people in Australia, well, the feeling I get when I speak to people is people are scratching their heads. Yeah. They're saying, how come they can't even do us this favour? How come the Albanese government can't push our allies?
But a bloke locked up without a conviction. A bloke locked up without a conviction. Am I right in saying that these politicians, when they met Caroline Kennedy, the daughter of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, the assassinated president, they presented a petition, did they not, of 26,000 signatures calling for your brother to be freed. Did that happen?
No, that did not end up happening. They did not present the petition. There was some resistance from other members in the group that they didn't want to, present a petition at that time in that meeting. But that petition is growing now every single day. 500 signatures are added by Australians every single day to that petition, which is a reflection of the concern in the country.
Yeah. Do you have any proof at all? Is there any intimation to you or the family that the American government at the very highest level understands this level of support at the very highest level?
Other than the meeting with Caroline Kennedy, no, there's no indication that they are aware that this is upsetting to a majority of Australians. The last poll in the Sydney Morning Herald, just before Joe Biden's arrival, 79%.
I know, but forget the majority of Australians. This is an Australian locked up for 14 years without a conviction. That's the issue. There is no other issue.